to maintain the optimal health. This is according to the Stewart. So nutrition is science which deals with the study of nutrition and food and the effect on nature and function of organism. How the science of study of the food, how it affects the body, how it maintain the function of a body in different condition at different age level group, at different health perspective, and allows to eliminate or to restrict the disease. This is the definition of nutrition according to Nissen in 1989. Nutrition is nutrients are defined as the constituent of food. What we consume, there's a mixture. You have carbohydrates, you have proteins, you have fats, you have vitamins, you have all minerals, all six essential. So these are the different constituents of the food which perform the important functions of the body. We all need these constituents. That is the nutrition for a normal function of the body. So nutrition is the process of consuming food. First, you have to consume the food as per the definition of Nissen. It is the total oral intake. Then we have to digest the food. The food which you digest, that is complex food, that has to be absorbed. All the nutrition have to be absorbed. And using the nutrition, it helps in our growth, in our development, and ultimately it is help in maintenance of a healthy lifestyle. So nutrition is a study of all science of food and the way in which the body use. That is the nutrition. Previously, there were difference in terms such as nutrition or dietitian, but now there's a course together, nutrition and dietitian combined together. Okay. Nutrition is a substance and food that provide energy or helps from the body tissue and necessary for, as I earlier said, for life and growth. Now coming to the most important and significant classes of nutrient. As we all know, whatever we consume, we eat, these are divided into the carbohydrates, number 1, number 2, the fats, number 3, the proteins, number 4, the vitamins, number 5, the minerals, number 6 is the water. A balanced diet, to be healthy, you need the right amount of nutrients from each class. Normally, our body composition, we all know our body is composed of ACF and ICF, and the most important constituent of our body is the water. And regular intake of water, we have to take it out. So normally we have to consume around 3 to 5 liters of water per day. It depends upon your summers, winters, perspiration, inspiration, or inputs, outputs, or your higher centers of thirst centers. Carbohydrates, as we know, there's a basic structure, bodybuilding, energy providers. That is, all these things are CHO. The formula that is CHO, glucose C6H6O6. Then the fats, the carbohydrates are broken down into glucose, sucrose, maltose, galactose, all those things. Then fat into fatty acids and glycerol, proteins, amino acids. Vitamins, that is vital amines which are necessary. We have the fat soluble vitamins and the water soluble vitamins. Then we have the minerals such as traces like zinc, magnesium, phosphorus, chlorine, some of the sodium, potassium, all those things are there. We will be discussing all, because this is the first lecture of the short topic. We will be discussing each and every of this aspect. That is, the carbohydrates will have a different separate class. Similarly, for the fats, how it is needed and what are the proportion, how it is absorbed, and what are the foods rich in fats and what are the deficiency due to fats, and such as protein. Also, we'll see that is like marasmus, Kwashiorkor disease, protein deficiency, all those things, anemia, all those things, vitamins, like beriberi, scurvy, all those things we'll see, and water, just as dehydration. I can see people joining in between. I'm audible to you guys. Hello? Fine. You may proceed now. So, as we said, all 6 important nutrients, that is, number 1, the carbohydrates, number 2, the fats, number 3, the proteins, number 4, the minerals, 5 is the vitamins, and 6 is the water. All those things in the previous slide, you can see minerals, vitamins, and water. So if all of nutrients are present in proper propositions, constituent and quantity for maintaining of the body in a perfect state, that is state of health and activity and development through food, is called as balanced diet. So there's a 2 different terms. One is diet, which have a no normal consumption. Okay, another one is a balanced diet, which is a mixture, and what is a nutrient? The diet becomes a nutrient. Okay, so what we take, that is observed as a nutrient. The diet which you take inside through the oral cavity it is observed as the nutrient. So what is the importance of balanced diet? As you can see, over the slide here, it is a table full of you have the breads, you have the cereals, you have the milks, dairy products, you have non-veg, you have some fruits and legumes and vegetables. So the importance of balanced diet is because your organs and tissue need proper nutrient to work effectively. Without good nutrition, your body is more prone to disease. Number one, if there is no good nutrient, there are chances of getting diseases. That is infection, you may feel fatigue, or you may have poor performance. For example, we all know that if there is a lack of supply for 30 seconds glucose to your brain may go into death. After 3 minutes, your brain will go into complete death. Similarly, if you don't skip your breakfast or your meal, especially breakfast is much more important. You have a chances of getting fatigue or loss of consciousness or fainting, all those things. Students used to get fainted in the hematology lab. They have the morning classes. That's why we used to have labs in the afternoon sessions. Okay. Then chances of prone infections, and other diseases, which we'll be discussing in detail. So these nutrients are divided into two types, that is the major type and the micro type or the minor type. The major types of nutrient are, as we know, protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Whereas the micro type of protein, they are needed but in less quantity in comparison with the previous one, that is the protein, carbohydrates, and fats. These are the minerals, the calciums, the magnesiums, the phosphorus, and zinc. Beside this, there are vitamins. Vitamins are known as vital amines. Normally, vitamins ko jo bolte hain, it is called as vital amines. Amines, NH groups. If you see the structures of all these vitamins, thiamine, riboflavin, cyanocobalamin, or whatever ascorbic acids they have, and the B complex, that is B1, B2, B6, B12, B5, all those things. And adequate water is needed for hydration, for cell. Water is the most important. So, what does this balanced diet do? They meet our nutritional requirement. That is how. If I am lacking in protein diet is important. For example, if you're going for the gym activity, you're doing a strenuous exercise, so you need protein. Okay, carbohydrates for energy producing, all those things. Similarly, some of the plants, like legumes, all those things, they have the phytochemicals, which are you can see in cinnamons. So darchini mein jo, use cinnamons, you can use cardamoms. All these plant derived spices have the phytochemicals. These balanced diet also improve your immunity. It helps in the cognition, optimum cognitive ability, and it maximum help us to cope with stress. So you can see a pyramid over here. There's a pyramid over here and another chart over here. That is a balanced diet chart. 40% of food plate or contains should have to contain the different types of vegetables. Okay, you can see here the blue color vegetables and fruits are in 40%. Then you have the rich fiber carbohydrates, that is 25%. That is the potatoes, rice, cereals, all those millets, whatever you can call. Then the 25% is your protein, either it be from vegetarian source or non-vegetarian sources. Most probably the vegetarian source, non-vegetarian sources are mentioned over here. That is, you have the meat, you have the eggs, yolks, and prawns, and something like that. Then you have the 10% of the fats. Okay, a balanced diet includes food from 5 different groups of all nutrition. The balanced diet provides all nutrition a person requires without going over the recommended daily dose. The average person needs about 2000 calories every day to maintain the weight. So now there's a question: what is the calorie? How we define the kilocalories? Or 2000 calories are there? Kilocalories. What you take the food, how it is metabolized, how energy is produced, how ATP is formed, all those things. There's a detailed mechanism. Like जैसे कि आपका Krebs cycle होगा, you have the glucose metabolism, pyruvate, all those cycles you might be knowing. Okay. Then there is the most common balanced diet chart. That is, it is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a food pyramid we call as, which we'll be discussing in the upcoming slides. So we have to plan our diet, that is a balanced diet accordingly, because there is no single food which will correct all the amount of essential nutrition. For example, you have some South Indian dishes, they are different. You have dishes from the North Indian side that are different. Just like chapati ho, roti ho, all those things, they are different. So we can't restrict these foods to be the essential of the balanced diet. There's no single food which will correct all, which will give you all the nutrients, that is minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, fats, lipids, whatever, water, all those things. So we have to be a balanced diet. Eating a balanced diet requires a certain amount of knowledge and planning. So normally they say we are dieting means not restricting. We have to plan it accordingly, and we have to know what are the knowledge, like saturated, unsaturated. For example, using oil, that is, you have polyunsaturated fatty acids, PUFA. You have monosaturated, unsaturated fatty acids. You have other types of fatty acids. Okay. 1 minute. I think someone is popping over here. Similarly, the basic composition of bioindex is highly variable in different country or different places in different. For example, there's a different in India. Indians consume more rice and wheat, whereas if you see in Western countries, they consume more of burgers and sandwiches and pizzas, all those things. So the basic composition of balanced diet is highly variable as it differs from country to country and depending upon the availability of food. What we cultivate, what is this cultivation, it depends from various places. So beside that, there's a social, cultural, religious, teachings, economic status, beside age, sex, and physical activity of an individual largely influence the intake of diet. For example, I can't, because north side don't have any like fishes and all, you will not get any seafoods over here. So there's a different thing. Similarly, if you see in the south area and south belt, south delta regions and all, you have more seafoods. If you see in Japan, those people are Japanese people are more knowledgeable because they have omega-3 acids from seafoods. And the Chinese, they consume all whatever, not what forbids, they consume everything. So they have a different cultural, social, religious, economic status, because if you are quite rich enough economic status, you will have different type of food. If you have an age choice, if a female's choice is different from compared to a male choice, if you are more alert, active, physically active, you have more hunger, panting, all those things. So all these have an influence upon the intake of diet. Similarly, there are some customs, like for example, during Ramzan, you don't fast, or like Karwa Chauth hota hai. So all those things, they are customs when you have to restrict your diet or you have to plan your diet, like fruit fasting. Yeah, all those things. There are different types of fasting which you people might be knowing. Some of them we'll discuss in the upcoming slides. And most of these diets depend upon the habit and your taste buds. For example, some people will like more spicy, more salty. They will be same. For example, same. Man, look at there is the same paneer. I might be liking it very spicy. Another person might be liking it very sweet. So all the diet also, and because of these taste also, the nutrient derived will vary. For example, kadai paneer is quite different from aapka tikka wala paneer. So their rate of absorption will differ. So depending upon the taste, depending upon the customs, depending upon the culture, social habit, religious and economy, all these things, your balanced diet vary. So normally what happens is you have to plan it. As I said in the second sentence, there is no certain amount of, you have to correct diet which will help you out, and you have to plan it with the knowledge and accordingly. Am I going fast? Hello? Is it audible? Fine. So this is a snapshot from the Genome.